Well, let's talk about this. Ava Kris Tyson, formerly known as Kris Tyson, is under a lot of fire right now ever since this video has come out. The video displayed several of Ava Kris Tyson's old tweets from 2017 to 2018, revealing that Kris Tyson had groomed a who was just 15 years old at the time and was also one of their fans. However, what made this matter even worse was Ava's connection with a person known as Shadman. Shadman is a not-for-work artist known for his pornographic art and webcomics, but that's not it. He got kicked out from his art school in Switzerland for his controversial drawings. Not just kicked out, was given the choice of military service or jail time. Yes, and that's because he draws pornographic art of kids.
Someone will tweet on November 8th, 2016, asking Shadman to draw Keemstar's daughter, who was 7 years old at the time. Shadman will post drawings of her in an unusual manner. As if this wasn't enough, he'll later release a drawing of her giving head to Donald Trump.
And this is just the tip of the iceberg, because what followed next was even more shocking. Ava Kris Tyson, back then, not only supported Shadman's art, but also purchased a drawing of a young in questionable presentation, which they displayed in their living room that they shared with MrBeast at the time.
On November 18th, 2017, Ava responded to a tweet from Grande and MrBeast stating, "This is coming from a guy who owns a Shad-based drawing and has it as a centerpiece in his living room." In this MrBeast video, you'll notice a very familiar thing at the 9 minutes and 30-second timestamp. From what I believe, keeping illegal art in the bedroom isn't normal at all. The shocking thing is that MrBeast and Kris were roommates during that time.
The video also showed several of Ava's tweets, which painted a very concerning and inappropriate picture of them.
On January 17th, 2018, a person tweeted saying, "Remember this growing up? Me too. Check it out at Shadbase," featuring a photo of the 4-year-old cartoon character Caillou with his mother. Kris joined in and replied, "Help, I need an adult." I don't think there's any need to explain how crazy this stuff is.
If this isn't considered disgusting, I don't know what is. The video quickly went viral, taking the internet by storm, and as people began to dig deeper, even more information came to light. So if you think all of this is already shocking, just wait. It's nothing compared to what unfolds next. About a month ago, on June 14th, 2024, Prism42 uploaded a video titled "Kris Tyson Talked Inappropriately to a 15-year-old. He went into detail in the video with receipts that could be summed up as Ava, who was 20 years old back then, started a friendship with a 13-year-old named Lava and engaged in one-on-one conversations with him. The messages and tweets were nothing like friendly. Ava had clearly tried to groom the which the person didn't even realize that they were being taken advantage of, as Jamari explains here.
And so it's obviously the adult's responsibility to not be in constant communication with them. Either way, he felt so comfortable with Kris, to the point that he was asking him about his addiction to adult cartoons. And they were having a lot of inappropriate banter publicly on Twitter when Lava was only 14.
Guys, we are so close to our goal. Oh my god, one more Patreon and I'm releasing. And this is the part I have a problem with. This isn't a group chat. This is literally just him and this other guy that he's been talking to and that he's friends with online. Lava says, "I'm your first Patreon, big boy." And he shows that he donated some money. He donated like $1 or something. So it's not enough to meet the goal. And he says, "But not $5. Pathetic. Just kidding. Kissy face." I'll tell you what it means. It means that you're telling him that he needs to donate $5 so you can release your. Of course, he says, "I posted some fire news for you. Please no share." And this is someone that you're talking to that is 15 years old.
However, Ava not only tried to engage in inappropriate conversations with but also met up with him at some point.
And the fact that he was able, the moment he was able to meet up with him, he met up with him in person, which I think is highly inappropriate since he was talking to this guy since he was 15, and he's also attracted to men, and the guy's a guy.
And here is the irrefutable proof of their meeting.
And as you can see right there, there's Carl right there, there's Kris Tyson right there.
There is no doubt at this point that Ava did in fact engage in one of their fans who was a minor. And when all of this was happening, the person in question, Lava, took to Twitter on the 22nd of July 2024 and wrote, These videos are massive lies and twisting the truth. Ava never did anything wrong and just made a few edgy jokes. I was never exploited or taken advantage of. Can you do me a favor and comment on these videos and tell them to stop spreading lies? This situation takes away from children actively being exploited every day online. I am not a victim of anything being claimed in these videos or at all. Keemstar also tweeted claiming he was connected to Lava through MrBeast, and he says he wasn't by Kris Tyson. While he might not see himself as a victim, considering he is a big fan of both MrBeast and Ava, that does not justify Ava's actions. It's still disgusting under any circumstances. These tweets are proof. You were a and he was a grown man, messaging you privately and being very inappropriate with you. You may not see yourself as a victim, but in a society where children should be protected, it has failed you, and he, as the grown man, what happened and what you admitted to was bad regardless, no matter how you feel. Wrong is wrong, doesn't matter if you feel it isn't because everyone sees it as terrible. He was sending sex jokes to a 13-year-old. What more needs to be said? Meanwhile, another person came forward claiming to be a former MrBeast employee, stating that MrBeast was aware of all of this.
My name is Dawson. I worked at MrBeast from February to May of this year, 2024. Kris is the tip of the iceberg. And when Jake the Viking says MrBeast knew, yeah, MrBeast knew. I heard many times that Ava, Kris Tyson, is a major liability, but they can't get rid of her because she's already threatened legal action and she knows too much. And when all this information comes out about everything that she knew, everything other people know, I promise you on everything MrBeast has done.
On July 24th, 2024, Ava, aka Kris Tyson, tweeted, "I would like to apologize for any of my past behaviors or comments if it hurted or offended anyone. It was not my intent. Seeing recent events, we've mutually decided it's best I permanently step away from all things MrBeast and social media to focus on my family and mental health. I want to add, I never grew anyone. The person who gets brought up in these accusations, Lava GS, has vocally supported that they're false. This is a clear case of an I'm sorry but not really sorry situation. They are pretending to apologize to save themselves, but not even a single word looks like an apology. They also wiped their Twitter and Snapchat accounts completely clean, which is quite suspicious."
And as you guys can see, much like their Twitter page, when I go and try and click on Kris's Snapchat, his profile is nowhere to be found, leading people to believe that he's trying to further cover up this evidence. I mean, wiping your socials clean, to me, is never the look of an innocent person.
Additionally, an anonymous sources came forward claiming Ava tried to group them as well.
Trying to show the proof that this was the legitimate Kris. Hey, click on the profile there. Go straight to his new Snapchat thing he's got going on. And as you guys can see here, apparently Kris is once again calling this person Dad, which he was also apparently doing to the Lava character we talked about yesterday.
And finally, the most awaited response comes from none other than MrBeast. Over the last few days, I've become aware of the serious allegations of Ava Tyson's behavior online, and I am disgusted and opposed to such unacceptable acts. I've seen enough online and taken immediate action to remove Ava from the company, my channel, and any association with MrBeast. In the past, when SunnyV2 referred to Kris as a nightmare for MrBeast, he supported them, but it seems that in the end, SunnyV2 was indeed right.